Hello. Oh,
Oh, hey.
my chair's hitting Jardine in the face. My bad.
Look what I finally have.
Oh God, no, wrong way.
Oh.
Lean into it.
Hello and good morning, everybody.
Behind the ears.
Oh God. Welcome to the Casual Morning Show. I am your host, Mike Pitts, and I hope you've had at least one cup of coffee today so far. With me today, I have Malcolm and Ray, and we're here to bring you a bright start to your weekend. So disregard the tired eyes and grumpy faces that you see in front of you, because we're some of the most positive, upbeat people that you're going to see on a weekend morning.
I am full of energy.
That's right. We're bringing our A game.
I believe it's
today.
pronounced Menergy.
Energy for men. Menergy.
Menergy.
Okay, there's generations who don't know Power Thirst, and that hurts.
Yep.
Super Bingo is lost on them. It's ridiculous.
Bingo.
Oh. A couple weeks ago, when
Super
God of
Bingo.
War came out,
Yeah.
one of my classmates was gonna get it on release, and he was all excited about it. And I was talking to him about it, and he's like, "Yeah, you have a good time playing God of War Fraggle Rock." He had to
Doesn't
Google
know.
it.
Doesn't know.
Yeah, if you're less than 35, you don't know what a Fraggle Rock is.
But
I'm
that
33.
that is such a good joke.
That's a fantastic joke.
yeah.
Ray,
had
you're
no
ridiculous.
He
Okay.
also didn't know who
I missed-
Typhoid Mary was.
Okay, so he's just not up on current events.
Well, Typhoid Mary ain't current. But when I used that a month ago, he said he had to Google it, and well, at least you know.
Will this happen to
now.
be the person that we've played League of Legends with?
No.
A different guy? Okay.
Yeah. I'll call him
would've-
out. It's Yusuf. He knows.
You know what you did. Oh shit. Oh man, that's good. I'm gonna talk about actually God of War stuff later, but that's not where we are. We're starting off with our first segment, so let's start with some good news. I'm gonna start because it's something that I think Ray is also gonna find very interesting, and maybe Jardine to a point. Did you know that there is a company called the Open Source Seed Initiative, the OSSI, that one's in the States. There's also different versions in different countries. But what they're doing is giving open source seeds as an alternative to buying stuff that's made by Macento and shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
They're actually gaining a lot of traction right now. So I was reading an article, which I can link to the chat later. But there's a whole bunch of these geneticists have come together being yeah, this whole genetic seed fucking monopoly that's going on is kind of nuts. So they've been putting a lot of effort in to put a stop to it. And there's a whole bunch of seeds you can get from a whole bunch of different sites now that all come specifically from them. For anybody who doesn't know, seeds that you buy from a lot of places, you definitely don't really own. It's more like you're renting them. Because you're in theory not supposed to be reseeding a lot of the crops because you haven't bought new seeds. You're supposed to be buying new seeds every time you're going to be planting a crop. So somebody like a farmer, they're growing corn, or whatever, every year they have to sink a ton of money into the actual seeds that they're going to be using to sow the corn. And if there's situations that are ridiculous. If you have corn that grows, for example, or any vegetable, anything that has a seed that genetically speaking would get transmitted by the air, right? So there's some seeds that exist out there that wind blows hard, seeds fall off and they go and they land somewhere and then they grow there instead. That's the plant's way of trying to spread itself, right? If you are a farmer and you bought these seeds and those seeds float into someone else's yard and it starts to grow, they can get in trouble for it. The person who's done nothing to have these seeds in their yard can get sued and shit. And it's an absolutely ridiculous thing. So when I found this and I was reading about it, I was very, very happy because I think that whole thing is stupid. To a point. I do understand that, yes, there are geneticists that work very hard on creating certain seeds that are, going to be, withstand certain conditions better or against certain pests and whatever. That's fine. I can get that. And those people are doing work and they deserve to get paid and stuff for it. But the fact that you have this monopoly, and it absolutely is a monopoly, that can cause that much strife for other people who've done nothing wrong is fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's the corporatization of farming. I mean, when you look at it, agriculture is obviously one of the biggest, like mega corps in the world.
Yep.
Monsanto has a massive share of the GDP, especially in the US, right?
Oh yeah.
So they aggressively pursue these lawsuits against people that are, just happen to be victims of natural selection, basically. So yeah, I think on a fundamental level, that's actually fantastic because they're one, you shouldn't have to rent your seeds.
No.
Like when it comes to corporate farms in the US that are like, basically they're responsible for the food market and whatnot. That's fine. That's the way America works. That's
Sure.
okay. It's a lot of the way we work. But when you're talking smaller countries with like much lower GDP, with
Yeah.
that are really just, you've got private farmers that are trying to feed their family and their community. They should not have to pay these massive fines or fees to be able to feed themselves. So having an open source seed initiative like that to be able to actually just go, yeah, hey, they're seeds.
Yeah, like, and you're still buying them. Like, these people have geneticists that work for them, so like they still have to generate money. But the fact that they're actually just doing it in another way that's going to be a lot better for people. It's like they literally compare it to open source software, like the same basic principle. And I want to read. I'm just trying to find it in the article here. They actually listed a bunch of the bunch of the countries. So there are other organizations that are very similar at work in places all across Europe. They don't list them out, unfortunately. But then you also have places like Argentina and even India, which is awesome, right? I like seeing it in places that, there's going to be, obviously you have your population that is doing quite well for themselves, but then you also have your population, like, that has a larger, lower income population where these options are available, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, like, I mean, India is the second richest country in the whole world.
Some like that.
Their divide between rich and poor is one of the greatest divides there is. And so for lower income sectors of the population to be able to actually afford to feed themselves, hopefully, could maybe have some good repercussions.
Yes. People being able to eat food is good. You heard it here first, folks.
We got 8 million mouths to feed. Billion.
I'm going to put this.
Yeah, that's recent. Where we hit 8 billion, right?
Yeah, it was like last week.
Really? I thought we were.
Maybe
everyone was always just.
now.
Were we just always rounding up? Is that why?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. Boom. All right. It's in the chat if anybody wants to go read more about it at some point. But it's neat stuff. Actually, you know what? Because we're already kind of on the topic, I'm just going to go into my second one because it's also food related. So for the first time, a lab-grown meat has been approved by the FDA.
I knew that they were working towards that.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
cool.
expensive is it?
Oh, fucking fine.
That's usually the problem with those, is they're ridiculously expensive.
Maybe, but the fact that the FDA actually, this is the first time they've ever done it. So there was a lab-grown chicken which was produced by a company called Upside Foods. So technically it can't be sold yet, so we don't know the price. But this is something that the FDA has said that it's safe to eat. Now they're waiting on the U.S. Department of Agriculture to inspect the company's production facilities and product. And then once that clears, then they would be able to sell it. So they're expecting in the next few months that the USDA is going to approve the meats. And then, it would be available for sale, which is super cool. Personally, obviously, I eat meat. I love meat. Meat's delicious. Give me that big, thick sausage. Anyway, but there was a time in my life where, I think you guys might remember this, but I went vegan for 3 months or so. And part of that was because I watched what happens. That's the problem for me, at least. When you see the industry slaughter that happens, it makes me feel real bad. So that's tough for me to watch. And whenever if I think about it too much, it's man, should I just stop again? Even just for a bit. On my way home, I went to a movie last night. On my way home, I was behind a truck full of pigs because that happens a lot up near Waterloo. There's all that stuff that's up this way.
Sure does.
And I was just fuck, man. Those poor pigs. Like I had bacon wrapped asparagus for dinner, but like those poor pigs. So it's like
It's
shit.
your uncle.
As your longtime friend,
Yeah,
you were pretty insufferable during that period, so let's try and avoid it.
I think that might have been for different reasons, but fair enough.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you know, like the joke, like, what does the vegan CrossFitter talk about or tell you about themselves first? Like, we had to hear about you being vegetarian and everything. It's just like, oh, God,
Yeah, but that's I didn't want to do that, but you have to when you do it, right? Guys, I found this crazy new chickpea recipe. Let's just falafel. Shut up.
Congratulations, you learned how to make hummus.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
I do get it though, as like I lived vegan or more or less vegan for what, a year and a bit, because I lived at with the folks I was.
Oh yeah. I do remember that.
You try not to do the whole like, yeah, I'm vegan thing. It's just like, no, like I'm trying to learn how to cook a bunch of new things because I'm being forced to learn. Yeah, I get it.
I will say,
But
though,
yeah.
sorry, just real quick. When I was vegan, I would say that, like, at no point during the day would I ever get, like, sleepy. Like, I felt like I had the most energy that I had ever had before. Because, like, I'm really bad. And this could just be, like, a my body thing. Like, I'm not saying this for everybody, but, like, I eat lunch and I get the sleepies. I eat dinner, I get the sleepies. Like, I get sleepy after I eat 100% of the time. With, like, eating just, like, vegetables and shit, never happened. So.
Yeah. It has something to do with the way our bodies break down the proteins.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Speaking of meat, I got one for you.
Is this a good segue or a bad one?
No, it's a terrible segue.
All right, attaboy.
A 20-year-old or 22-year-old rescue pup has been crowned as the oldest living dog on Earth.
Yes.
22? Does that
It's
fucker
22
still
years old.
walk? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, not a whole lot, but he does. His name is Gino. He lives in Colorado with his owner, Alex, who's now 40. Got him 22 years ago when he was in university in, like, Manhattan. And, yeah, it just, Guinness World Records has verified, as far as I guess they verify anything,
Yeah.
that he is the oldest living dog currently alive. The record's actually held by another dog from like the 1930s who lived to 29.
Yeah, I'm reading the article right now.
Yeah,
A
absolutely
29-year-old
crazy.
dog? What
can
the
you imagine a
hell?
20, like, that is, at that point, that's not a dog. That is a sack of bones with fur. Like, but I get it. I mean, I had my cat for 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
They are your pet. They are your family. You take
For
care
sure.
of them. And that's the whole thing. Basically, like, this dog has had a great life, like partying with his owner's buddies at like late night parties when they're in university. And now he just kind of has like a quiet life, napping by the fire and getting rolled around in a little bit what's the word I'm looking for, buggy, for walks around the neighborhood.
That's
because
amazing.
Yeah. Just this like happy looking 22-year-old like Chihuahua. That's the thing. Smaller dogs, they live forever.
The lifespan for this dog was supposed to be 10 to 13 years. Way to blow it out of the water, homie. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
like my pug jack Russell Leon that my old ex-girlfriend had.
Yeah.
He's like 13 now. And like, which is crazy. Like, that's so old for a dog.
Yeah.
But he's still like running around. He's still hyper, like still bouncing all over the place. It's like, as a pug, he's probably gonna live to be like 17.
Good for him.
Right? Like, yeah. Take care of your dogs, people. They'll take care of you.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I love the idea that,
I
like a
love
boy and his dog, the guy's 40.
Yeah. That is hilarious
Like-
that he picked him up in university and like now he's 40 and that dog's
He's
still
40, like
kicking
he's
it.
married, like
That
bought a
dog's also
home.
matured, you know what I mean? Like, and this
Yeah.
dog got to watch this guy mature.
exactly. It's just great. Yeah.
What do you got, Jardine?
There's a new type of fishing hook that's been designed. to prevent sharks and manta rays from going near it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
How's that work?
So it has like an electropulse. So it kind of has
That
like
was
a
going to be
little
my guess. Okay.
electronic force field that kind of deters sharks and manta rays. But yeah, apparently there's still a really big problem of just sharks getting caught in like for like ocean going tuna, like those long lines. Like sharks get caught in them all the time.
Mm,
So apparently millions get caught in them. You don't think about it.
eh? That's
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
So yeah, this company designed this fishing hook called Shark Guard. And
Sharkguard.
they did one study. It was for 2 fishing vessels that did long line trips, and they use like 18,000 hooks when they do it, like over like the course of like 11 trips.
Mhm.
It reduced sharks getting caught by 91% and 71% by rays. So that's good.
Yeah.
That was a massive reduction.
Those like lures that get attached to the line are ridiculously expensive.
Of course. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You're not just using a metal hook now. Now you've got technology in there. The old
yeah.
Smart hook.
It said for 2,000 hooks, it would cost $20,000.
Jesus.
So when you're doing the stuff for like fishing for like tuna and that kind of stuff, yeah, you can afford it if you don't want to make sure you don't catch sharks, because the tuna is going to be worth more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is an investment. But yeah, I don't know, it's good because sharks do get like fished pretty heavily, and you don't think about it.
Like, look,
People don't care because of Jaws.
I was literally thinking,
the
I'm like, that's what's kept Jaws at bay, though.
damaging movie, like piece of propaganda to shark well-being.
Mm-hmm. And
But,
everybody thinks they're like super evil now, so like don't. That yeah.
I am mortified of sharks,
Really?
but I'm also fascinated by them. Like, my aunt got me to watch Jaws when I was 5. Bad mistake, big bad terrible mistake. But yeah, I was afraid of sharks for years, and like, yeah, they're apex predators. There's a reason to be afraid of them, but they're also such an important part of the ecosystem, and there's so many variations on their genealogy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're one of the oldest living ancestors that you can actually see evolution at work with sharks.
Yeah.
Because there's the ancestral sharks that have 4 gills, and then there's the newer sharks that have 6 gills. Like,
Oh, I saw this really, really cool theory on why megalodons don't exist anymore.
Is it because we fished them all out, but now we have the good hooks?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is separate from the article. This is just like, it was from a podcast, and I can't remember this guy's name, but he's like a zoologist basically, and he talks to a bunch of his friends, and one of the theories was because megalodons and our current day sharks like coexisted in the ocean,
Right.
and then the ice age happened, and one of the working theories is because the ice age happened, all the freshwater, or a large portion of freshwater, freezes
Mhm.
because that's the ice. So therefore, it made all the water saltier, and then changed what things
Okay.
could live in the ocean,
Yeah.
and the food source for the megalodons probably died off because of the saltiness of the ocean.
Or they're in
Hey.
the Great Lakes now.
Yeah,
Hey.
okay.
Just saying.
Stop.
But there was also like food sources could have been cut off because the water level dropped because of the ice, so food sources would have been trapped inland.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a very valid possibility why megalodons don't exist anymore.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
If you ever need to not be scared of sharks, just go watch Jaws: The Revenge. It's the 4th Jaws movie. That movie's stupid. By that point in the series, the Jaws sharks, like those giant great whites, are actually after the family itself. And one lady goes from
yes.
whatever island they're on to like Jamaica or Dominican Republic or something, and it follows her there because it's killed almost all of her family and it wants the last one. Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Jaws with a vengeance. Come on now.
I'm just saying,
That's
it
Jaws
was
5.
1980. It was in 1987, and it was the last one that came out, and there's good reason for it. Although they did actually, I read this because I watched Jaws the other day, and the first Jaws movie is fantastic. It's great. And
absolutely.
for what they did at the time, it's a marvel that in 1975 they were able to make a shark that obviously scared the pants off of everybody. But they're potentially making another Jaws movie, but it's going to be a prequel. And it's not really going to be like Jaws in that there's like one big giant shark that's like crazy. It's going to follow
puberty years.
It's going to follow Quint. So the guy who took them out on the boat in the first Jaws movie. Do you remember the story that he tells? Like, he was on a ship, his ship goes down, everybody's in the water, and they don't get rescued until like 24 hours later or something. And in that time, like 400 people get eaten by sharks because they're just circling all these people like the whole time. It's supposed to be about that. And that actually sounds like it'll be an interesting movie. Yeah.
I mean, well, what you're getting is basically the shortened version of 127 hours in the water without James Franco.
Yes.
No, there's been, I can't remember the name of the movie, but there's been like a movie which is basically that.
No, are you thinking Deep Blue Sea?
No.
With LL Cool J.
But I can't remember the movie, but there is one where it's like there was a plane crash or something in the ocean, and like it's not like a huge amount of people, but there's a bunch of people, and there's just sharks circling them in the ocean while they wait for rescue, and like people get picked up. It's a bad movie from what I can remember, but
but
anyway,
this will have a big budget.
Maybe. Anyway,
let's talk about Ghost Shark. Joking.
No. I'll hit you with my other good news article.
Go for it.
Ghost Shark. Jesus. So, in Australia, there is a Danish artist who goes out into the woods and creates massive troll sculptures.
I love it already. Put the link in the chat.
Yeah. There's tons of photos in this article. They're huge, and they're like made out of wood and other like natural products or natural materials.
See, when you were talking about it initially, I was like, who cares if the guy makes little trolls? I was thinking like little garden gnomes.
These are like
like old traditional trolls.
Yeah, they're humongous.
Oh wow, okay, that's very cool.
So they're almost entirely wood. But he, instead of like going to work in like a warehouse or an art studio, he just goes out into the wild in the forest and just makes these monstrous statues.
Wow.
They're super cool.
These are really cool.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Can you imagine being a kid that like you go to like walk through the forest with your friends, around dusk, and you see that like shadowed against the sunset, like how quickly you would leave.
Yeah, it's just like how quickly the tears come. And
there's even a game that he's got called The Rhythm of Raindrops. Which is a little like a plot line of Indiana Jones movies involving searching for clues to a location of a hidden giant. So it's even something like people who are on a hike can do. It's kind of like geocaching.
Oh, it's an AR game.
Yo.
But is that what it is, or is it like a journaling game?
I think it's more like a treasure hunting game.
Like a scavenger hunt. And then you find a secret hidden troll at the end.
Yeah. But it takes about 750 hours for him to make one of them.
Yeah, I was looking at these, like it had to be like months and months of work.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one in Maine.
Yeah, there's one in Colorado.
What?
Yeah.
For some reason, I just thought these were all really far away, but not all.
Breckenridge, Colorado. What a fantastic photo. Like these are ones we could actually go visit.
Yeah. I love this, especially too because I talked about it previously, but there's that troll movie coming out, so I'm pretty invested in trolls right now, and this is great. This is fantastic.
Sorry, which troll movie?
Just
Like,
called
what kind of
Troll.
troll?
Yeah, the troll movie.
Yeah, I was like, because Anna Kendrick already did 2 of those.
No. There's a Netflix movie coming out on December 1st called Troll. It was produced
Okay.
in
Oh, yeah.
shit, Finland.
Kind of like those
Something?
sort of trolls.
Yeah, except he's much bigger, and I think he's made of stone in some way, and he's fighting the entire. He's fighting a country by himself. I don't know why, but I'm pumped for it. It's gonna
Yeah,
be probably
okay.
not the best movie I've ever seen in my life, but I want to watch it either way. I like my B movies,
Yeah.
baby. This might even go
Although
down to
it's got one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, the whole movie's gray. Okay.
yeah. Well, you know, it's bleak when a troll's attacking. It's just conveying the feelings. Okay, Ray? God.
You know what? I'm willing to bet that this is basically the Norwegian version of Godzilla.
Yeah.
Hear
Yeah.
me out, because Godzilla was obviously meant to be an allegory for
King Kong.
like damaging nature and climate change and nuclear or atomic experimentation. So now we've got climate change and the poisoning of our atmosphere. So this troll is coming to take revenge for it. That's my guess.
Maybe. I don't know. We're gonna have to watch the movie to find out, and I'm
Yeah.
going to because I'm like unreasonably looking forward to this movie. I don't really know why, but somebody makes a
Oh.
King
Is it-
Kong joke in it, so
It looks pretty good,
Yeah.
like visually.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a B movie.
No.
It's
But it,
hard
it
to tell
sounds
with
like
Netflix,
one,
though.
so
It looks like money was actually put into the
Yes.
visual effects.
They definitely
so
put
it's not
money-
a B movie.
right. But the acting could be like B2C quality. That's where we're gonna balance out. I think around the B.
Is
So-
it in English or
No.
No. That that's
Yeah.
better then.
Yes, I agree. Actually, yeah. Also because none of the people in that movie are recognizable in any way.
I mean,
Anyway.
they're recognizable as people. They have noses and faces, and
I mute you. I'm
Yeah,
just
probably.
joking. I definitely can mute you,
yeah, there it is.
and I know how. No, it's fine. I think you got one more story, don't you, Ray?
Yeah, pretty quick, pretty simple, but it good feels all the same.
Heck yeah.
You guys probably remember the story of the grandma who accidentally texted a different person than her grandson, asking if he was coming over for Thanksgiving, and the boy asked, "Well, hey, can I come over anyway?" That was Wanda Dench and Jamal Hinton. I think it was 2016 when they first made internet sensation, and they're still getting together. He's basically become a surrogate part of the family now.
Yeah.
He was 17 then, he's 24 now, and he comes over every year. They get together, and basically he's a surrogate part of the family that happened because of a happy mistake and 2 people that were willing to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a picture of them standing out front of a cheesecake factory, with their arms around each other, being like, "Year 7's happening, boys."
That's
Yes,
awesome.
the internet
though.
will be very sad when they decide not to do that anymore.
I feel like
Yeah.
at this point they got to keep going.
Yeah.
Well-
You're gonna do it until somebody dies.
So, well, actually, speaking of that, Dench's husband had passed away.
Yeah, I saw
In
that.
2019, and he was like, "Yeah, we still got together. It's like she's my friend." And she talks about the fact that it really changed her perspective on the younger generation, on how not everybody's so removed. Some people can be very kind and caring, and yeah, just very nice to see that they kind of changed each other's lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just one of them feel good stories.
Hell yeah. No, it's good. It's I don't think if anybody ever wrongfully texted me about coming over, I would just ignore it if I don't know the number.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
if everybody I think I need to talk to is in my contact list. The crazy part to me is that she texted somebody not in her contact list and was like how did that happen?
Well,
it's her-
so what had happened is that her grandson had recently changed his phone number, and
I
so
think he
she
was
just
dodging
tried to text
grandma.
that number, right? And I guess she missed, hit a wrong number or whatever,
Yeah,
and yeah. But the guy was local, as was her son. I guess by area code, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, just a sort of happy accident that worked out, and nobody got murdered.
That is the best part. I mean, after 7 years, you know, if
'Cause-
something happens,
yeah.
one of them was in it for a long con. And you know, I respect.
That's I mean, at that point, it's a Jordan Peele movie. You know, tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What do we got next? Looking ahead. What are you looking forward to? I got a couple things. First, I want to see the menu. I want to see the menu really badly
I do want to see that too.
because it looks very funny.
The
Ray
menu?
Fiennes and Anya
Yeah.
Taylor-Joy. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really care for, honestly, I don't really care for Anya Taylor-Joy all that much. Like, I think she's fine, but like, it's like, eh. But the guy, what's the guy's name?
Fiennes.
Yeah, thanks. The fact that he's playing like a strangely, I don't know, I don't want to say a deranged chef, but he's insane in some capacity, certainly.
Yeah. Like obsessive, for
yeah.
sure.
What I like is just like the amount of humor in it. Like when I first saw the trailer, I think I saw the trailer in theaters the first time, and I was like, this looks funny as hell. Just like when the guy's like, like when they come out singing "Happy Birthday" after like clearly a bunch of people have been killed. He's like, you told them it was my birthday. He's like, it's funny at the time. It's just like,
Yeah. Is that actually I want to go see Glass Onion, because I
That
think
sounds
that came
familiar.
out. It's the Knives Out sequel.
oh yes, I do want to see
Yes,
that
Because
absolutely.
Knives Out is hands down one of the best murder mysteries I've ever seen.
It's such a good movie.
It's a very good
I-
movie.
Yeah,
Several times I was like, oh, I think I got it, and I was wrong every time.
yeah.
And that's so rare in a murder mystery movie for me these days.
Yeah.
You know. Actually, speaking of that, have you guys watched See How They Run?
No.
It's on Disney Plus. It's got Sam Rockwell in it. It is a kind of a send up of like old school Agatha Christie murder mysteries,
Okay.
and it is very well acted, very very funny, and just a beautiful movie to look at. Like the set dressing, the costumes, everything is fantastic.
Sam Rockwell,
And-
which I appreciate.
Well, this was the first movie where I realized, oh, Sam Rockwell's in his 50s. Like,
Is he
Yeah.
actually?
yeah, he's like 53.
It's 54.
We were
Holy
watching
shit.
stuff he was in when we were teenagers, my guy.
Apparently.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It never really clued into me that, like, oh, Sam Rockwell's old. Because, yeah, he was in Galaxy Quest back in 2000.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it?
Yeah, because it was, him, Jamie Lee Curtis, Alan Rickman, Tim Allen.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Jamie Lee Curtis. It was,
No, it's not. I don't know why you said that name. I don't know what her name
Yeah,
is.
'cause-
I know who I'm looking at in my head though. Also, Adrian
Yeah.
Brody's in this See How They Run movie. I forgot that dude existed.
oh, yes, he is. Yeah, and he plays a very fun character.
Well, maybe that's something I
Um,
watched this weekend then. I've recently been
It's-
going through all of the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, nice.
That's not that nice.
Oh, Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney
Jesus,
Weaver.
How could I
yeah,
get
yeah,
that?
yeah, that's her name.
Yeah. I was like one of them does alien stuff, one of them does horror stuff.
Well, it's horror alien stuff.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, wait.
you know.
Hold on. Which one's which
Wait.
now? I don't know.
Hold on. I'm looking at the cast of Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
And I forgot that Tony Shalhoub was in that, as well as Justin Long.
Yeah, Justin Long's like the kid back on Earth helping out or whatever, right?
Oh, he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And Rainn Wilson's in this movie too. Holy crap. Man.
It's a pretty decent
cast.
cast for such a fucking terrible movie.
No, it's the best Star Trek movie.
That
It's,
actually. Aside
it's
from
very
like
good.
some of the Chris Pine ones, those are like the first Chris Pine one was fine. I like that one. It's a good movie. Are you actually upset about it? I don't know. You're an actual Trekkie, so I'm sure everything that's not, I don't know. It all upsets
I
you.
accept it as a alternate timeline, and I'll leave it at that.
That's exactly what
so
it
that
is.
I
That's
don't
literally the
think
point of the movie.
Yeah, I just
are you
there's a
talking
lot of
about?
decisions made in that movie that don't make any sense. That's all.
Okay.
I gotta ask, are you original series or next gen kind of guy? I think
Next
you're next gen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
next gen.
100% next
I
gen.
could have told you fucking that.
You didn't like the Tribbles?
Next gen. No, are you kidding me? I love the triples. I think they're hilarious.
I'm sorry,
What are
Picard does
the-
not have that hair.
No,
Shave it
that's,
off.
That's supposed to be
me.
him. Yeah.
That's supposed to
Yeah,
be-
yeah, I know.
Yeah. But he dies because
You don't have that hair either.
Hey, listen, it was red at one point. I'm working on the Picard Riker mix here, so I don't know.
Oh, so
That was
savage.
fucking savage. Holy shit. Oh man.
That's okay.
You walked right into them.
I walked nowhere. I only do that when I'm getting paid.
Actually, that's not entirely true, but okay.
Yeah, that's true. Wah.
Anyway, what am I looking forward to?
Andy's gone.
Yeah. Trying to think of what else I'm looking forward to. I mean, like Christmas, obviously. I'm looking forward to that, but that's still a ways out.
A little bit.
Oh, I'm getting a it was Daniel's birthday on Tuesday. Yeah, thanks. I was trying to do the math in my head. And there's a bakery nearby that's in like Uptown Waterloo Square, where I got a cake from, and that cake was amazing. And there's a couple people coming over this evening, so I ordered another cake because I wanted to try a different cake. So we're trying like it's a mango raspberry cake, I think.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a bakery in downtown Kitchener.
Yeah.
Like on the main strip, King Street.
Yeah.
It's just past the farmers market.
Okay.
Mhm,
It's like
mhm.
right on the corner. That bakery is great. If you just
Yeah,
want like baked goods, like croissants and stuff.
So I was actually delivering down there like 3 weeks ago, and that was one of the places. And if it's the one I'm thinking of, because I think
It's the
there was another-
Portuguese bakery.
Mm.
yeah, okay, that's the one. Yeah.
I'll find out for sure what the name is, but yeah, Mary and I used to go there like on a Saturday morning, like hit up the farmers market, you hit up that bakery on the way out,
Nice.
and you get some
Yeah.
like fresh baked goods. It's pretty great.
Yeah. Actually, I'll send you guys a video later because I was delivering down there. Like downtown Kitchener's got some of the oldest buildings in the area, right? And I was in the oldest mechanical elevator I have ever been in. I'll post the video in the Discord and maybe put it up on our socials or something. But it was like a moving coffin.
Really?
Yeah, it was just the door wasn't automatic. Like you actually had to slide it
Oh.
open. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What have I got to look forward to? Let's see. I mean,
It's
Black Friday's
called
over.
Nova Era.
Yeah, Navera. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
Nova Era
yeah.
bakery.
That place was torture to walk into.
You can get like the Portuguese tarts as well.
The custard tarts.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Just delicious.
I'm just looking forward to food. I'm hungry.
Now I have to take a walk.
Now you have to go to the bakery.
Yeah, I think I probably do. No, there's not really anything coming up this week that's I've got too much to look forward to, except maybe I can play some Zelda or something this week.
There you go.
You know,
That's good.
that'll be good.
I've actually been I picked up because it was on sale. I picked up God of War for PC because I never played the PS4 one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's not true. I played it for a bit. I think I borrowed it off of Brickley actually, and I might still have it somewhere, but I wasn't gonna continue playing
Almost
anything on my
definitely.
PS4 ever again.
Yeah.
So I picked it up and I've been playing that. It looks gorgeous on my computer. It makes me very happy, and I wish
Yeah.
they'd release Ragnarok sooner than later on PC as well.
Ha-
but-
have,
It's coming soon. It's coming real soon.
have you guys heard about the one like bad critique about Ragnarok?
no,
What's that?
The meme is, oh, there's a puzzle. Let me turn the volume off the game.
yeah,
because-
why?
Because like there's like, I don't know, somebody talks to you and basically tells you how to do every single puzzle, like step by step while you're doing it. It's like, oh, you better go over here. So that's why the joke is you turn the volume off the game when you find a puzzle so you can actually do it
That's
yourself.
interesting. I wonder if they'll
Wow.
like. I wonder if they'll patch that. Because
I was
feel
just
like,
gonna say, I wonder if there's like gonna be an option.
yeah,
right?
or if like it's
It's
like based on
definitely-
difficulty. Like I feel like that's what it kind of
Mhm.
should be. Like if you're gonna play the hardest difficulty, like don't tell them how
No
to do a
clues.
puzzle. Like yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, like it's every puzzle was just like the joke is that the game basically tells you how to do it
boy.
step by
I
step.
saw that post on Reddit and I didn't dive into it to find out what was going on. So
I've seen a couple memes about it because there have been a bunch of streamers and they're doing the puzzles like, shut up, stop telling me what to do.
It's like, oh man, I had a friend, or have a friend, that like we were living together for a little while, and whenever I was playing a game and a puzzle would come up, be like, oh, it's this, and this, because he's very good with puzzles, and it would drive him nuts to watch me puzzle it out. And I had to at one point be like, stop.
yeah.
Maybe I don't solve puzzles in 3 seconds, but let me solve it, please.
Yeah. Yeah, it's never fun.
Yeah. Oh boy. I've got God of War 2018 as well, and I've played exactly 0 of it.
It's apparently an amazing game.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks phenomenal. Just never got around to it.
One thing I'll say, so the first time I played that God of War game, I wasn't very good at it. Like, for whatever reason, I wasn't very good at fighting. That's been like, that's all been fixed because I played Elden Ring a whole bunch. Now I play this game, I'm like, this is so predictable. In a way that makes me feel like I'm very good at this game. Makes me very happy. Elden Ring fixed a lot for me. And there's still no DLC, which is really frustrating. Fucking come out, DLC. But
Yeah.
There is also a Will Smith at the Oscars like Easter egg in God of War.
in Ragnarok,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Oh boy.
Well
Yeah.
done, team.
It's like, keep her name out of your fucking mouth. I saw the clip of it, and like Tyler one's like, "Oh, this is the Will Smith thing."
That's great.
It's fantastic.
Oh god.
I have seen somebody modded the game to have there's like a stranger that you fight, and that was Ned Flanders, and the boy was Bart, and Kratos was Homer. Yeah, and it's just filled with like one-liners from The Simpsons. It's very funny and very stupid. I'll have to see if I can find it.
Yeah, if you can track that down, I'll watch that.
Oh man. Yeah.
Okay, well, since we're not looking forward to a whole lot, let's talk about some recommendations. I got one because last night I saw Wakanda Forever, and I liked it. It's pretty good. I will say that there are some points that feel a little bit slow. This one's pretty story heavy for the most part, like story versus like action. It's fairly story heavy. Obviously deals a lot with grief. I thought what they did with like Chadwick Boseman was very good. The way that they kind of like took Black Panther, like you took his like T'Challa out of the mix, and then like watching like how people deal with it and all that kind of stuff was really, really good. I like the movie overall. I don't really have a lot bad to say, but I have some bad things to say about it. Like there's some stuff that I was kind of frustrated with, but it would be too spoilery to talk about, so I'm not going to. But I would say at the very least it's worth a watch.
Did they at least improve the like visual effects of like the people in the Panther suits fighting? Because in the first one it was really ugly at the end.
Man, like at the end scene with Killmonger, it looked. Do you guys remember Blade 2?
Yes,
I literally watched Blade 2 last night.
that's amazing.
That's so funny. Okay, so you remember when he's fighting the vampires and he's like he knocks out the lights when they're fighting around the car, like how rubber bandy everybody looked. That's exactly what that looked like in the first Black Panther movie.
Yeah, that was like almost 20 years later.
Yeah.
I thought that the effects were very good.
Okay.
I thought they made it's. I feel like they had a hard time. Like it'd be hard no matter what to make Namor, who's a weird aquatic dude with elf ears and winged ankles,
Looks
seem
cool.
kind of badass. But he was pretty badass. Some of the stuff he did was pretty good.
I've seen the way he like they made use of his winged
Yeah.
feet. Like that was actually pretty cool. Like it felt like he had the double jump, and I liked that.
Yeah, he does seem to like push every time, like he's like changing direction, which I thought was cool. Like, I was like, okay, that's good. That's good.
It makes it feel like he's actually like gaining purchase, and I was listening to a podcast, Triple Click, and one of they were talking about it as like sort of their one more thing, and the assessment they gave of it was like it was a tortured movie, in that it was like it was almost self-referential. It wasn't just Wakanda trying to figure out what do they do with the death of T'Challa, but it was also Marvel going, what do we do with the death of Chadwick Boseman? How do we turn this into something? And of course, all the actors were all very close in the first movie because they were very aware
100%.
of what they were doing. So to have them try, like, you could tell that they had to be dealing with their own grief
Yeah.
while doing this, and obviously that's going to channel into the movie and make it feel real, but it's also, I would worry that it would be a little too on the nose,
Yeah.
and that you end up with this sort of feel bad movie, frankly. And I'm hoping that Shuri has the ability to carry things in the way that she needs to.
Yeah.
Like the actor herself, whose name escapes me at
Letitia
the moment,
Wright.
but yeah. So hopefully she can carry on with that.
I thought she did a good job, personally. And they introduced like some characters that I was looking forward to like joining the MCU, which was good.
Oh yeah, because Ironheart.
Yes, Ironheart is.
Yeah.
It was Ironheart.
Ironheart is like Iron Man's replacement, basically. She's like an MIT student that can make all the same shit that Tony Stark could. So. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, and like the way that they introduced her into it was great, and the stuff that she does and the stuff she makes was like, I like this. I'm happy with it. So.
Do you see Hercules or no?
Why would he be in this movie?
I don't know. He was in Thor.
Yeah, but that made sense. Because,
Yeah.
Zeus was in it and stuff. No, he's not in the movie, just to be clear.
I would like to see a scene with Hercules to actually do something aside from stand.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the next Thor movie. So,
If there's another Thor movie.
True,
There
the
won't
whole-
be, actually.
I think there will be, but the whole Hemsworth's taking a break.
He's taking a break.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that they're not
Yeah,
going to make
because,
one at some point.
It's a
but-
Limitless, right? That whole Disney Plus series. He found out that he's got a very high predisposition to early onset Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
He was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna take some time and hang out with my kids and family.
Yeah, which I respect. That's like good.
Absolutely.
Good for him.
Yeah.
As he should, right? Yeah.
I have a recommendation.
What do you got?
So earlier this week, one of my classmates who had this graphic novel on like order for a couple months finally got it. So she lent it to me after she finished reading it, and we exchanged graphic novels. So she's reading Mouse and A History of Violence right now.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
But cool.
Nah, man, you got the Virgil Green Team. What's that
There you
called?
go.
I think I have you.
It's
flipped.
Lonely at the Center.
Okay.
It's autobiographical.
Okay.
So the author's Zoe Thorogood. I think she's from the UK. But it's based off like 6-month period during COVID, like a year ago, year and a half ago.
Okay.
She's got like crippling depression, like suicidal depression, since she's like 14, and she does a bunch of flashbacks when she's talking about it. And the art style like changes all throughout based on kind of like how she's doing emotionally.
Interesting. Okay.
And it goes from like color, black and white, and like there's different versions of her that she's drawn, like because each one's kind of like a different way, or like different how she feels. Like, oof, come on, you can exist. There you go. Almost, yeah. So all those versions, all those people are her, but like different like, emotional states of her.
Wow.
Okay.
So I don't know.
That's
The
heavy.
book is really good. I read it in like 2 hours.
Nice.
Yeah.
Actually reminds me too that there's another book that came out that I'm going to recommend without having read or listened to it yet, but the Lost Metal, Brandon Sanderson. New Brandon Sanderson book out. Everybody should read it. Just want to throw that out there.
But yeah, I've been enjoying getting back into graphic novels a bit.
Nice. Well, most of your
And-
graphic novels are split between me and Aaron right now, I think. So,
Just a portion of them.
yeah,
I still have like a few dozen here still.
fair.
You guys have the heavier ones. That I
Yeah.
couldn't Take
Yeah.
back with
Yeah.
me.
No, I know. I moved them. I know.
I had to have a friend that worked at a library and would just bring me all of the retired graphic novels. So
Sounds pretty good.
there are a couple that are like this thick, that are like, because a lot of graphic novels tend to be a lot of like not self-indulgent, but like self-exploratory,
Right.
in the same way that one Journey, or It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth is, because they can be such personal things. And yeah, it's like a lot of very heavy, both physically and emotionally, books that I've got. So I'll
Mhm.
have to start reading through a bunch of them, send them off your way, Journey.
Yeah, no, it's good times.
For me, I guess recommendation. I haven't really had a lot of time to indulge in media lately, but I have, as of last night, I finished Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, nice.
And you know what? Holy crap, it was a lot of fun. They stuff so much into the first act of Final Fantasy VII. Because that's really all it is. It's the first act.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it feels like its own succinct story, but you can tell obviously there's more, even if you've never played Final Fantasy before. But every little like subquest or like side story that was in the original game has been stretched out, expanded, and filled with a whole bunch of like jelly filling. Everything is like top quality. The cutscenes are just very, very well directed, and the gameplay is great. It took me 42 hours to
Jeez.
basically complete the game, and yeah, it's a great stepping stone into the Final Fantasy fandom if you're new to it, and if you're like me and you've 100%ed Final Fantasy VII 25 years ago. It's a good way to re-experience it and have it feel closer to like Advent Children, because it's like sort of that level of extravagance, because
Oh, okay.
everything, the entire game is high action. It's the combat system is like Kingdom Hearts was the prototype for all Final Fantasies moving forward, because it's that like active combat system. But then when
Yeah.
you reach a certain point, then you can input commands like your spells, your items, or your limit breaks and that kind of thing. So it's a very active, fast-paced combat system with like turn-based mechanics involved in it, and you can even change the combat style. But yeah, a lot of fun.
Interesting. Yeah, I was actually just looking in because Steam's got a sale on right now, and I can get, if I wanted to, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I played it. I think I played the demo. There was a demo on like PS4, I think, at one point. I played that, but yeah, I can get this. It's like the game plus, I don't know, some DLC that came out for it or something.
Yeah, so
It's like 30%
that's actually
off.
what I'm going to be playing now. So that is Interguard.
Yes.
And that's Yuffie's story and how she enters into like Midgar, and like sort of talks about her ties to Wutai and the
Don't you
other
not meet her in the game
factions.
until like way later though?
Until like mid-second act. So
Yeah.
this is like she's not meeting up with Cloud and the rest. She
Got it.
is in her own mission to like meet up with Avalanche, basically. So it's like her
Oh, I
own
see.
standalone story.
Got it.
But what's great is that, so like if you've ever played like an old Final Fantasy game, you know, excuse me, you had your characters standing on the right side of the screen, and you know, you input the commands for each of them.
Yeah.
In this one, what you do is you can swap between your characters on the fly. So let's say I've got Cloud, Barret, and Tifa. Tifa's fast-paced, like high or like low damage attacks. Cloud is big, slow, heavy attacks, and Barret is ranged.
Yeah.
So you can hot swap between the characters to make use of their attack commands to more accurately attack enemies. So like say you've got a flying character or enemy, Barret's your best option there. But when you're attacking with them, their ATB, their active time battle thing that allows you to input a command, fills up quicker than it would if you're not letting them just auto attack through AI. So there's this way to like sort of
You want to
balance, hot swap and balance your attacks and your abilities. And it's more like swapping weapons than it is like swapping characters.
Nice. That's good.
It's a very satisfying battle system.
Okay. I'm gonna pick it up. I'll
Yeah,
probably
it's
wait
well.
until I'm done God of War before I pick that up.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, I got like 40 to 60 hours ahead of me because I feel like I want to try to go through like all the side quests in God of War as well.
Oh, it is a big game too, isn't it? Yeah.
That's why it's like I won't play both. I know that much. But it's on sale for 30% off, so I
Yeah.
might grab it and then just install it later. I don't know.
Hold on. So you're playing through God of War 2018 right now, right?
Yeah, boy.
Okay. Maybe I'll start it up too, and then that way you've got somebody to talk to about
Yeah,
it.
I'm game.
It's all right. One of you will finish the game, and it's not Fitz.
You're not wrong, but you are an
You'll
asshole.
get like 60, 70% of the way through it. And it's like,
I
yeah,
will
I am
say-
satisfied with the game.
The last PlayStation game I played on PC, I did complete and then started a new game plus on, which was Horizon Zero Dawn. So maybe.
Yeah. So I've actually got that thing too, where like I'll get to about 85% of the game and go, no, I'm all right. Because I have this thing about like finishing games. Maybe I don't have an excuse to, or like come back to it or something like that. But the last year and a half, I'm like, no, if I sit down and I choose a game, I play that game until it's freaking done. And I feel a lot better.
Good.
I've actually beat like 8 or 9 games this year, which is like that's a freaking record for me.
That is too many.
A lot of games.
It's way too many.
Yeah, January, like, gave me 3 or 4. So,
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
When are you going in for round 2?
I am probably not for a while.
Okay, fair.
Um,
I was just curious.
Yeah, probably about the same time next year, I think.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, to allow the savings to build up.
Have
Don't
you
go
guys
on
been-
short-term disability, folks. It sucks.
Have you guys been playing Monster Hunter Rise or no?
Yes and no.
Hard no, and he's lying. The answer is no.
No, I pick it up probably twice a month and play like half a dozen missions.
Okay.
But you guys do have it though, right?
Oh, no,
Is that
yeah.
the one you have? Yeah. Like the new DLC or the Sunbreak DLC is on sale right now.
Yeah, I know. There's a part
Yeah.
of me that wonders if I'd play it more if it was on my PC. The answer is
wouldn't.
probably yes. I don't have my Switch set up. It just sits somewhere. I honestly don't even know where it is.
Yeah, I mean you did
Well,
it recently.
Monster Hunter Rise is also on sale on Steam.
Yeah, well you need Rise to have Sunbreak, so I know.
It's one of those things where like I think our schedules, like between streaming and everything else
Yeah.
and just life, like we just didn't have time to play on the regular. And if you're not playing with your friends, Monster Hunter is just fine.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's a good
definitely
game.
more
it's
fun
just-
when you
it's-
play with friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
There is a game currently on sale for like the Cyber Monday whatever stuff. Warhammer Vermintide 2. I've always wanted to play it. It's $7 right now.
I'm
That's
pretty
worth
sure
an
me and Aaron
investment.
own that, just so you know, eh?
Yeah.
Like I think
Like,
we both
even if
picked
it's
it up
bad?
a long time ago.
It's not a bad game.
It's very Left 4 Dead-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't play it then.
But, for $7, it's like, that's pretty cheap.
Is it just called Vermintide, or does it start with something else?
Warhammer : Vermintide
There it is.
2.
Oh no, I think we only own one.
Yeah.
You said
I think
$7?
so. Yeah, $7.
Hey, listen, if you're gonna pick it
80%.
up, let me know. I'll pick it up. For $7, I'll pick it up,
Yeah.
and we can probably talk Aaron into the $7 too if we need to.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still waiting until school's over for me to get Ogre Tactics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do very much want to play that. Very much, but
Mhm.
I don't know. These days, I've got a hard time justifying like $90 on a game.
It's not 90. It's like 70 or something. It's a lot for a game.
Yeah, that still
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
But I've got
You're gonna
3.5
play
weeks off. Like I can get through the game.
it's true. It's true. You got to pick one, but you can get through it.
That's the thing, though. Like for $70, you're going to get like 110 hours out of that game.
It's basically me buying myself a Christmas present, and that's fine.
Yeah, that is fun.
Yeah. It's just
America doesn't know what to get me ever anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Let's just get it.
Hey, hon,
so-
you
tell
want to
her,
give me
yeah.
a Christmas gift? Yeah, give me
I'll
this.
Oh
buy
I'm like,
this.
okay,
There you go.
I'll buy it on the 16th.
You have to pretend that you're surprised when you open it up.
We don't do that.
Oh
No.
man, this does look good.
Have you guys? Yeah, Tactics Ogre looks so
No,
good.
I'm not looking at that. I don't give a shit about that
Oh.
game. Sorry, that's not my jam. I suck at those games, and I don't.
Or are you talking about Vermintide 2?
Vermintide 2.
It actually does look really
It does,
good.
it does actually, like, the graphics are pretty solid.
Yeah, and it's got like good reviews and everything. It's just the game kind of never took off.
Oh, but you want the whole content bundle for $53?
No.
Is that the most expensive bundle they have? No, there's a $68 one too. Oh wait, that's buy Fat Shark bundle. Okay, there's just a bunch of different games in this. But why?
So, was it like 2 days ago in the mail? I told you guys I went to go see like the symphony in October for the Star Wars thing, right? It was really good. Had a ton of fun. So they've been sending me flyers because I'm now on their mailing list, which is cool.
Sure.
I like the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have one thing here for like a Christmas offer. It's like 2 tickets to 4 events, like concerts.
Yep.
And it's like under $200. So
That could be a good
Yeah.
Christmas present.
yeah. And it's like
Is it like
one
any concerts or is it
No, it's
specific
4
concerts?
specific. Like they're kind of shorter, so there's no intermission.
Yep.
But first one is Tchaikovsky and Shakespeare,
Okay.
and then Elgar and Mystery. So learn about the musical mystery that Elgar took to his grave,
Sure.
whoever that is.
That one I actually don't know.
Yeah, there's Beethoven and Joy,
Mhm.
Feel the Ode to Joy,
Mm-hmm.
Symphony 9, and Shostakovich and cello.
I mean, those all sound
Like one a month.
Classical?
extremely foreign and classical, and that
Yeah.
sounds actually awesome.
Yeah, but it's like one a month from like January to. Oh no, it's not one a month. It's until May, so almost one a month. But yeah, I'm thinking of getting that for Christmas gifts. Macra's on the phone, so she can't hear me.
I actually, I'm thinking not Christmas gifts, but I think the friends and I down here, there's at the KW Musical Productions, so like Center of the Square, or sorry, at the Center for Performing Arts, they've got the Addams Family 2022 running from December 1st to 10th, so it's a stage production of the Addams Family.
That's cool.
Like, we all like spooky, friendly family fun, so
Yeah.
well, why not?
Yeah.
Tickets are like $35. Like,
Yeah.
can't go
Last
wrong.
night, Mare watched half of this Wednesday show.
Mhm.
Yeah, how was it?
She really likes it. It's directed by Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Didn't know
Okay,
that, but
great.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
his
yeah.
wheelhouse, so sure.
yeah.
I mean,
But,
he literally directed the first 2 movies.
Yeah.
So
But it's got good reviews. Shows interesting.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a murder mystery.
oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's-
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Wednesday gets shipped off to a boarding school for like gorgons and werewolves and shit. So like her friends are all these mystical creatures, and
Yeah.
like someone is killing people.
Nah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it because,
That's
man, it's Wednesday. Best character, hands down.
yeah. So that's a decent recommendation for a Netflix series. It's like 8 episodes, I think, or 10.
And they're what, the 50 minutes a piece or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, no
That's
worthwhile.
fine.
It's a comedy, horror, and supernatural genre.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm sure Mare's gonna finish it today. She was really into it last night.
nice, cool.
Cool. All right.
Cool.
Well, do we have more? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Okay.
Nah,
Well, I think with that, we're about at the end of our show here. So, unless anybody has anything else, I'm just double checking. Yeah, recommendations, that's it. Anything else anybody wants to say before we sign off for the day?
no. Honestly, I'm just looking forward to getting out and enjoying the 11 degrees in
Yeah, I know.
the end of November.
Oh,
today.
it's above 0 for you guys.
Yeah, all the snow's
Yeah.
melted for the most part now, so
Yeah.
we're back to greenery-ish.
It's going to +3 today, but Monday it's going to -11.
Well,
So,
Mm.
oh,
chose-
Thursday's gonna be -20.
You chose
La-di-da.
Alberta, so that's on you.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Just wanted to say thanks again for coming out this morning. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. We are the Casual Ones. We stream on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. This Tuesday, you can catch our next episode of Snowcatch Valley, Fall of 99. On Thursday, there's a possibility for one of two things. It's either going to be Cyberpunk or D&D. And then
We're gonna find out.
We're going to find out. And then on Saturday, we'll be back with the Casual Morning Show. So have yourselves a great weekend. Thanks for coming out. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, friends.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.